Hello everybody and welcome to our Championship review. And there was plenty of goals in the Championship this week and we're going to get through each of the fixtures, dissect all the main important information and most importantly give our opinion on what we think was our best result of the day. So going through the games, obviously Bolton 3, Brentford 0, big result for Brentford, looking to really try and gain some solids, try and get some league form going this season. A few near misses on the road this season against big clubs, they've not done too badly. And a couple of fantastic goals scored in this. Obviously, Yohan Barbe free kick and also Nico Inaris thunderbolt, two absolutely brilliantly taken goals. And obviously they did get a third later on in the game. And it's a positive result for Brentford. They're looking like they could start to maybe push up the table. Obviously they've got a weaker squad compared to what they had last year. However, they got some good talented players still down at Brentford who can cause problems and they can get them some results. Obviously, there's big problems at Bolton now. Another defeat for them. Only 2 points this season from all their games so far. They're actually bottom of the Championship as well. Whether or not they might need a managerial change, whether or not they should look and bring in someone else to replace Phil Parkinson, that's something that they're going to have to look at because things don't seem to be working out. I mean, they're trying put different formations. They're trying the same things that worked last year, and defensively, to go from having the best defence in League One last season to having probably the worst in the Championship. It's got to be addressed. When you make that transition from League One to Championship, one of the most important things you do is you sort your defence out because that can get you vital points. They can create chances. They've proven that. They just can't put them in the back of the net. But if you have a solid defence, that can get you points as well. So they need to really look at what's going wrong at Bolton. Maybe I'd recommend a managerial change. Maybe to get someone else in to replace Phil Parkinson. Let's go into the next game, was Derby 1, Birmingham 1. This was actually quite an entertaining little game, really. First half was a few half chances. This game really didn't get going until second half, when interim Birmingham manager Lee Carsley brought on Isaac Vassell and Lucas Jutkovic for Sam Gallagher and Jeffrey Boger, I think it was. And within his first touch, Craig Gardner picks the ball up, plays the ball into the box. Jutkovic is going away from goal and diving header away from goal. It was a fantastic goal. I mean, somehow to direct that towards goal, and he's taken the defender with him, and to direct that towards goal was a brilliant piece of skill. It was also his first touch since coming on as well. Perhaps he should have started the game over Sam Gallagher, but however, that was a well taken goal from Jutkovic, and he's settled in at Birmingham over the past year. He's looking like a good player for them, and he has been last season as well. Scored some crucial goals. Obviously, Derby got into the game through Sam Winnell, another substitute who scored a diving header, his first touch as well. And this is I think it's just a better result for Birmingham. Obviously, they haven't been picking up many points at the moment. Obviously, let Redknapp go. So this is a step in the right direction. Obviously, Steve Cottrell's been linked with a job there. Many Birmingham fans want him after his association with the relegation survival party last year. And I'd agree with that. I think he's the right man to take Birmingham forward. He knows what he's doing. He knows his league very well. Had a bit of an unlucky spell at Bristol City a couple of seasons back. Whenever he did guide them to League One, the League One titles was the Johnston's Paint Cup as well. So he had 2 domestic cups and 2 domestic titles in that season as well. So I think he'd be a good fit as well. Lee Carsley's also been touted for the job. However, he's come out and said he doesn't want the job. He just wants to be working with the under-21s and the kids to produce them through and bring them into the first team at Birmingham. So I look at Derby, how they just seem to shoot themselves in the foot oftenly. I mean, they've got a good squad down there. They have plenty of chances in games. They just struggle to take most of their chances, and it does come back to haunt them. You look at Birmingham; they have one big chance there, and they go and score. And it's definitely it's not the best result for Derby. If they want to be pushing up into the top echelon, to the top 6 of the Championship table, they have to quickly find solutions to trying to get wins at home as well. Obviously, they had a poor result last week at Bristol City, and a point here is not overly great for them. Let's go into our next game. It was Fulham 1, Middlesbrough 1. I did tip this to be a draw. I knew we wouldn't come into this game to win it. We did have plenty of chances in the first half, as did Middlesbrough. It was like 2 boxing heavyweights exchanging blows in the first half. Obviously, Lewis Baker had a shot for them. Marvin Johnson went narrowly wide in the first half as well. And obviously, Fabio had a close chance in the first half. Obviously, we had a few chances as well in the first half through Norwood. He had a couple of decent shots. He's starting to look like a good player for us now. He's really coming into his own. After a sluggish start to the season, he's showing some great tenacity in the midfield and some creativity as well. And obviously, the goal came in the second half. Boubacar Kamara, he missed a fantastic chance just before that. He was played through, and I don't know how a good striker will place that. He went for power instead of placement, belts it over the bar. However, just a couple of minutes later, Sessegnon breaks him down the left, stands a lovely ball to the back post. In comes Kamara, charging in, nods it in, 1-0. And then it's just the same thing that's happened in most of our home games. We go and get a goal. However, in that 87th, 86th minute, we switch off. We can't clear a corner. It comes back into the box. Cyrus Christie's there, just one touch, a nice little tidy volley into the bottom corner. Middlesbrough get an equaliser, and it's a good point for Middlesbrough. And I think us at Fulham, we're struggling this season to get into home form. Again, just struggling to see out wins. We're not scoring enough goals as well. It was last season we scored the most goals in the league. Over 80 goals were scored. And we're just struggling this season to get any sort of momentum going. Perhaps it's a playoff hangover. It's a cliche, playing off hangover. Many people suggested that with teams in the past. I think we're going through that period. And our next 2 games at Forest and QPR, both away from home, and both in the next 2 games in about 4 days, that can really shape us going into the next international break. And look at Middlesbrough, that's a good point for them as well. They're starting to get some form going and really starting to push up the table now. Obviously, Gary Monk can be delighted with that, showing character after going a goal down to come back so quickly and get a point at the end. So they'll be looking more positive about the 2 teams with this result. So into the next game was Leeds 3, Ipswich 2. Big result for Leeds. They still sit top of the Championship table, looking very good at home. Obviously, Lasogga's scoring plenty of goals at home. He's looking good. Also, young Calvin Phillips, he's had a breakthrough season as well. He's scoring plenty of goals. And Ipswich replied with 2 goals, one from Joe Garner and one from David McGoldrick. McGoldrick equalised in the first half, and then Joe Garner scored in the 71st minute to make it 3-2. Ipswich, they're going to struggle this year. They're currently still in the playoff places at the moment. It's a good result. It's a better result for Leeds. Ipswich will look at that. They played quite well. Maybe think they was unlucky not to get a draw because they did create plenty of chances. Just unlucky not to get a point. The defensive issues probably still could be a problem for Ipswich. I don't think they've got a fit centre half. I think Luke Chambers came back in for the weekend, so I think he played at centre half. He's quite versatile. He can play anywhere along that back line. And Leeds, I think they could really do well this year. They've got a good little group of players down there. On paper, not the strongest of sides, but Thomas Christensen's worked really hard on them defensively. They look quite solid at the back, although leaking 2 goals in this game. And they've scored plenty of goals as well. Going forward, they're always going to create chances. Replacing Chris Wood doesn't seem to be a problem. Lasogga's definitely taken most of the goal scoring burden for Leeds as well. So it's going to be it's positive for Leeds, and they're going to the next game sitting top of the Championship. So into the next game was Norwich 0, Bristol City 0. Not much really to football in this game. Probably a better draw for Norwich, really, in my opinion. Bristol City could have looked at this and fancied their chances to go up into the try and press for the playoff places. They had a few chances either side, and it's probably a better result for Norwich. Going to the next game, it's a second of our 0-0-3 sequence here. So it's Preston 0, Millwall 0. Solid result for Millwall. Set up very defensive in this game to try and get a point at a high-flying Preston side. So we're really going under the radar this year and could seriously mount a playoff push. It's probably a better result for Millwall. However, Preston have got a solid clean sheet at home. They're struggling to create a goal. Let's go to the next game, which is the final one of our 0-0s. QPR 0, Burton 0. Probably I'd say a better result for Burton Albion. Obviously, QPR got a massive game against Fulham on Friday night in front of the cameras. They're going to look to that as their big game of the season, potentially, and something they can use to kick on as well. And again, not many chances were really created in this game. Both sides will probably look at this and think a result was probably a fair result. A draw was probably a fair result. So going to the next game was Reading 1, Hull 1. Obviously, Sean Elliott, and obviously Hull went through 1-0 up first through a Fraser Campbell goal. Lovely, well-worked goal as well. Then Reading equalised through John Daddy Bodvarsson. But also in the first half, Shawnee Aluko missed an absolute sitter. I mean, the ball's come right across the 5-yard box. He's got a defender with him. All he's got to do is put a bit of contact on the ball and just direct it home. Somehow he puts it wide. That's his goal scoring ability for you. 7.5 million for him. It's a lot of money for someone. He's a good player though. No disrespect to him. He's a good player. Just once he gets that first goal for Reading, I'm sure he'll pick up form. So obviously Reading are struggling this season. Playoff hangover again, similar to Fulham. They currently occupy 18th position in the Championship. So this could be. They need to start getting some form going soon if they want to try and get into the playoffs again. And look at Hull, they're struggling to get any sort of away win. Haven't had an away win since I think August 2016 now, which is back end of last year. So that's a record they want to put to bed very quickly. Let's go on to the next game. It was Sunderland 1, Cardiff 2. Obviously Craig Bryson scored for Cardiff. They went 1-0 up through Craig Bryson. Direct block the pitch, couple of flick-ons, he goes through. What a lovely finish that was as well. First time volley, straight past Robin Rutter in the Sunderland net. They go, and then Sunderland equalise 1-1 for a Lyndon Gooch penalty. And then obviously Joe Rawls goes and scores a penalty to make it 2-1. Big result for Cardiff, looking to build upon a couple of recent slip-ups. This will definitely put them in a good positive mindset going into the next set of midweek games. Push them up into the second position down the table, I think it is. And you've got to look at Sunderland. The squad there, they've invested they've got some good players in, but they need a bit more quality for me. They obviously tried to get the likes of McCormack on loan. I think they would link with Jordan Rhodes and Max Gradle. If they've got any of them players in, that could add a bit more quality to their squad. And I don't think it's really Simon Grayson's fault. He's only having to work with what he's got. I'd say it's more of with the owner and chairman. I think Ellis Short, he's made a few massive decisions and poor decisions as well, appointing wrong managers, signing these foreign players who'd rather come and pick up a wage packet and play for the club. And it's starting to show now. So they're just hovering in and around that playoff, that relegation position, and they don't want to fall down to League One because that would be a big problem. But I think they've got the right man in Grayson to steer them clear. He's a good manager. I think that results will pick up for Sunderland soon if they just keep the faith. Going to the next game was Wolves 2, Barnsley 1. Barnsley put up a good fight in this game against a very strong Wolves outfit. However, Wolves' quality just shone through at the end. Brighton Bakare, he's playing really well for Wolves at the moment. Only a young lad as well. He scored on there. He scored a goal. And then obviously Alfred Ndoye, the loanee from I think Villarreal, on loan at Hull last year as well. He popped up with a winning goal right at the end. And I think Adam Jackson got the equaliser for Barnsley. Barnsley probably unfortunate not to get a point, but it's just the way that rubber the green goes. When you're down at the bottom, sometimes you don't get the luck, the run of the ball as well, and it's unlucky for them. So they did put up a good fight against a very strong Wolves side who are looking to really kick on this year and try and look for high things. Going up into our penultimate game of this review, it was Aston Villa 2, Forest 1, the 5:30 Saturday kickoff. Big result for Aston Villa, needed this win as well. Back-to-back wins for them after going to Barnsley last week and winning there as well. Obviously Adoma scored a lovely well-taken goal, plenty of composure to take it around the goalkeeper and slot in. And also Conor Hourihane, what a lovely free kick he scored. Obviously Darren Murphy did pull one back in the first half for Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest, they play Fulham on Wednesday night, looking to try and probably kick on and get a positive result in that game. Didn't play too badly in this game, in my opinion. Created lots of chances. Darren Murphy could have had a couple of goals in this game. They just need to be a bit more ruthless in front of goal if they really want to try and get more better results. Obviously, Aston Villa, as I said, needed this win. Back-to-back wins for them. Perhaps Steve Bruce did say about the fans, like who else were they going to get if they were going to sack him. He's obviously got the reaction from his players, and things are probably starting to look up for them now. Let's go into the last game of our review. This was a fantastic game this was on Sunday. It was a still City derby between Sheffield United and Sheffield Wednesday. Obviously Sheffield United won 4-2 in this game. It was an absolute blinder of a game. Just what you want from a derby game. Great atmosphere, packed out stadium, lots of goals. I mean, Sheffield United played absolutely phenomenal in this game. Chris Wilder, he's a Sheffield United fan himself, so that's always going to be positive because he also knows the importance of this derby means to the fans and the players as well. So it's a bit more passion inside of him. They come out and they played superb. Obviously, John Fleck scored an absolute cracker of a free kick to make it 1-0. Leon Clark made it 2. Then Sheffield Wednesday got 2 goals back from Lucas Shaw and Hooper to equalise. And then also there was a video going around online of Sheffield Wednesday fans celebrating their equaliser, and then Mark Duffy goes and pops up the other end during that and goes and makes it 3-2. What a lovely goal that was as well. How he scored from such a tight angle, I do not know. And then obviously Leon Clark goes and makes it 4-2 at the end with some fantastic pace and power, just literally barging his way through the back four. Past the 2 Sheffield Wednesday centre-halves, just powerful, just like muscle man, and then goes and slots it in the bottom corner. Big result for Sheffield Wednesday. They go into 4th now. That transition from League One to Championship is proving seamless for them. They're fearing nobody. They're playing with such great zest and passion at the moment, so it's a big positive result for them. Obviously, Sheffield Wednesday, poor defeat for them against their big rivals. They're going to need to look to try and get a reaction in their next game in midweek and really try and kick on from this. So that's our Championship review, guys. I hope you enjoy. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you on our next video. Bye-bye.